2v2, Medean Cliff Mines, blue team. Cultured Boy is an Inquisitor offensive commander with great crowd control, can get some ranged weapons, begins in melee combat and a little bit of support. Alongside, Phoenix is a force commander, very good offense, quite versatile though, can tank, disrupt and support with buffs fights in melee combat. Red team, Morgoth is a Lictor alpha, a very colourful one, melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt, some awesome offense. And rounding off the red team is Whitehead as a Grey Knight brother captain, durable commander, walks through cover and cannot be suppressed, good offense and support fights in melee combat. He is using the Blood Raven scheme. Shame on you, Whitehead, for not using the Grey Knight scheme. Why do you do this to me? He's fighting a bunch of Marines and Scouts in cover there, taking a lot of damage. Here come the strike squad. We are the hammer used, boosting their speed and damage resistance. Not sure what he's trying to do there as a force commander there. Morgoth with triple Hormagaunts. Brother captain did finish the cap and nodes it. Suppose he had to after all that, or he just would have been decapped and that would have been a giant waste of time. Generally, you want to fight rather than cap, and this is why. Phoenix will win the engagement, turn around and probably retake that node. We do have Hormagaunts causing problems. What are they doing? 500 495 force commander is forced off. Strike squad still in play. Hormagaunts do retreat. Not sure what Morgoth was doing. Obviously looking at the rest of his army. His Lictor alpha and double Hormagaunts alongside. We might see some pheromone play. He killed a bunch of guardsmen there, it looks like. Guardsmen are always dying though. Some Inquisitorial stormtroopers with their hotshot las guns. We have double stormtroopers for Whitehead. A pretty popular build for Grey Knights. They're only 210 rec now, which is making them pretty damn strong early game. They have very good burst damage, and if you're a skilled player you can work around their burst damage, kite away, wait for them to reload and then turn and burst and then kite away again, keeping them out of trouble. 500 495. These guys trying to cap mid, bleeding models, and now retreat with just 2 left. They do take the VP though. Inquisitor using Power of the Witches on a Lictor alpha, forcing him off. The Sentinel is in the thick of it with ground pound. Tier 1 vehicle that can decap points but cannot cap them. 2-to-1 cap here for red. Brother captain in amongst guardsmen, just trying to hold them up. There's his awesome Psyker special attack. Seems to have 2 specials, that one. It's a nice quick animation and 360 knockback. And another one that does a big swing in front of him. We have a power sword force commander, 50 DPS power melee with an increase to his battle cry. So he could go in amongst the strike squad with that thing, do some damage. Warrior Brute is up. Nice combo there. Crippling volley into a shotgun blast, suppressing that stuff. Should have used it when crippling volley was finished though, to chain those 2 crowd control abilities together. Red team struggling to make an impact in the middle so far. Maybe Whitehead should flank around, try and hit the power. Strike squad might lose a model here. Force commander's chasing, and he is forced off. There's the hammer, boosting speed and damage resistance. Strike squad pretty handy in melee combat, especially against tier 1 foes. Howling Banshees will give them some trouble obviously, but other than that they can hold their own quite well. 475 471 2-to-1 cap for the blue team. Cultured Boy with a heavy weapon squad now begins with a heavy bolter which will suppress infantry, lugging it around on his back there. Setting up, Lictor alpha is infiltrated, being sneaky, so we might see some catechins or spotters to spot him. Warrior Brood taking a big risk right in front of the heavy weapon squad. We don't lose models here, or are they going to get away? Very, very lucky not to lose a model there. 475 459. Meanwhile, Hormagaunts flanking around and completely wiping out the power, I should say. That's good play by Morgoth. Didn't even lose a model for that. Very well done. 471 459. Heavy weapon squad is going to be very important. He's got triple Hormagaunts and warriors, not to mention a Lictor alpha himself to deal with. So as you can see, obviously stacking up on crowd control. He does have the crossbow bolt pistol, that heavy bolter and the stomp. So It's going to be interesting to see if he can handle all of that melee in tier 1. 452, 459. Could get the Purgatus later, or maybe Excruciators. Brother Captain in retreat. He's got absolutely no experience yet. 443, 459. Assault Marines are on the field. Jump troops with bolt pistols and chainsaws. Really good at countering ranged squads, especially setup teams. And Whitehead's going into tier 2. That's a very light tier 1 from him. Did he even get sergeants? He did get sergeants for his stormtroopers. 15 power cost. They now have a chainsword and auto pistol, as you can see, not a las gun. 443, 450. What's going on here? Power harass from the blue team. Morgoth's Warrior Brood, Lictor Alpha, all in amongst the Assault Marines and that Force Commander, who's doing very well with that power sword. He's cutting this fine. Lictor Alpha has his feeder tendrils as a power weapon that self-heals the Lictor Alpha on hit. Very powerful weapon. 443, 436. Hammer of the Witches on the Brother Captain there. Can he get an Assault Marine? Got a Strike Squad and a Brother Captain. Brother Captain begins the game with the 30 DPS power melee weapon. 443, 425. And look what's up. A Vindicator Assassin on the field for Whitehead. Elite Sniper Infantry Sub-Commander. Can combat all targets from range, but is very, very fragile. As you can see, they're just 325 hit points at level 1. That's less than a single Tactical Marine at level 1. Can go down very quickly, but incredibly powerful. If microed well, we'll see what he does with him. Can get the Extended Operations upgrade, which increases his health to 450 and gives him some nice health regen. He's set to get another upgrade, which will give him some kind of infiltration mechanic. I'm not sure what specifically. Interesting to see what Keltos goes for with that. That Sentinel's going to be in trouble. Need to be aggressive against a Vindicator Assassin. Down goes a scout model there. 443, 396. It's a very powerful addition to the Grey Knight roster, because if you are aggressive and try to push hard against the Vindicate, Grey Knights can really counter-initiate you with the Brother Captain's Halberd and all their other nasty melee stuff. Spore Mines here. 439, 396. We do have melee Synapse Warrior Brood, as I'm sure you expected, with triple Morgoths on the field. Nothing else for the Lictor Alpha yet. Brother Captain does have the Nemesis Force Sword. All commanders, no, the Force Commander has leveled to 2. Look at this, Terminator Librarian, both sub-commanders on the field for the Grey Knights. This guy, much more of a support guy, though he does have a 55 DPS power melee weapon, which is not bad. Also cannot be suppressed and walks through cover since he is in Terminator armor. Where's the Vindicate? He's in retreat. 413, 396. Has 2 types of ammo, the Vindicate. Exitus rounds, which are his anti-infantry round, and he also has turbo penetrator rounds, which are effective versus vehicles. You can switch between them freely, but there is a 5-second cooldown on that. Also has target acquired, which increases his damage by 50%, I believe, and also increases his range. But after that, after it's worn off, he cannot fire for I think 15 seconds, or is very low fire rate for 15 seconds, so it kind of wears him out when you use it. So you need to use it in clutch situations, and it's going to get those important kills. 352, 396, triple cap for red, pushing hard here. As you can see, the Brother Captain supporting the Tyranids with We Are the Hammer, but he goes down to a Hammer of the Witches and some range fire. Here is the Terminator Librarian, and he's gone for the shrouding, Codicum Aeternum, so we could see the Vindicator Assassin heavily buffed. He could give him shrouding for infiltration and the 25% damage buff. Can also, of course, buff him with Mind Blades, which is the global ability of Grey Knights. Assault Marines trying to finish him off, but they can't. He does have his extended operations, as you see there. A big buff to health regen. Helps him out quite a lot. Lictor Alpha, Flesh Hook on the Force Commander, going after him with the feeder tendrils. Got this melee blob of his. Really needs the brother captain support, I think. With that Nemesis 4 sword, he's down at the moment though. 282-396. Blue team will get the 2-1, taking a natural back. And the center, Phoenix hasn't got a tier 2 unit out yet, has upgraded his assault marines with a sergeant. His tactical marines unupgraded as well. What has he spent all of his power on? He's got an iron halo coming. Shotgun scouts. Manticore is up for Cultured Boy, and you saw those stormtroopers arrive earlier, I think, from the global bar of the Inquisitor. Great global, bring them in, infiltrated. 277-381. Terminator Librarian is there, Vindicator Assassin is there. There's a smite from the Terminator Librarian. Strike Squad just about getting away. Whitehead being a bit impatient a few times, trying to cap when he should be fighting. I think that might be Mind Blades on the Vindicator, that buff there, or it might be his target acquired since he has used a bunch of energy. Turns to engage. Not exactly the most efficient way to use him, shooting at guardsmen, but they're what's in his way at the moment. 277-379. Terminator Librarian tanking damage like crazy and going after them. 900 hit points now that he's purchased the Codicum Aeternum. 277-379. Oh, he doesn't buff himself. He does have an upgrade that does buff his health. That's the Capillary Tower there. Gene Stealers now on the field for Morgoth. Triple Hormagaunts, Adrenal Gland Warriors and Gene Stealers, but they're not under their melee synapses, sending them out on their own, which is not what you do with Gene Stealers. No sign of Excruciators from the Inquisitor. Manticore is up though. 277-365, often parked behind these cliffs on this map. Scouts capping. Stormtrooper's going to go harass power again, it looks like. Brother Captain buffing his Vindicator, who gets stunned and almost gets Manticored in the face. He's almost level 2, this guy. Assault Marine jumping in, going after those double Stormtroopers. No sign of plasma guns on these guys. Double cap for blue. Phoenix still hasn't purchased a tier 2 unit. In fact, he's purchased very little overall. Did he get something and lose it and I missed it? Might have. Seems to have spent very little resources, but he's holding his own very well. Going to harass power, in fact. Take down that node at least. Inquisitor now down. Munched by Tyranids. Brother Captain's back on his feet. There's shrouding on the Strike Squad, boosting their damage, and they have a Psy Cannon almost taking down the full squad there, but up goes his shield. Assault Marines need to jump them. Didn't quite hit it, and they're going after the Librarian here. Here's the Vindicator Assassin using target acquired. There, you saw it. Has a 5-second cooldown on his shot. 265-311. Needs to keep moving to get in range. Couldn't take a second shot there. Full retreat, and he didn't lose a model there. Phoenix, he now has a Dreadnought on the field as well. We'll see what the Vindicator can do to this thing. The Vindicator's turbo penetrator rounds do big chunks of damage to vehicles and also snare their movement for I think 3 seconds by 30%, or it might be 5 seconds. 245-311. Morgoth's coming over. There's the Manticore, and there is shrouding up on the Vindicator Assassin. Can he take this Manticore down? Is he going after it? There are the turbo penetrator rounds loaded in, and look at the damage he did to that Dreadnought there with the shrouding buff. Target acquired is also up. Can he get another shot? He does. Boom! Snaring the movement of the Dreadnought. 220-311. Now he's backing off, which is smart because a bunch of Space Marines are coming in. Shrouding has now worn off. Out. Spore Mines in amongst the guardsmen. That's good play from Morgoth. Switches back to his Exodus rounds to fight this infantry. Takes down a scout immediately. 197-311. As you can see, his animations are a bit freaky at the moment. He turns around 180 like that. 191-311. Strike squad. Now with their Justicar gives them Purification and Energy Burst. They didn't use it there though, I don't think. Assault Marine is losing a couple of models. Vindicator Assassin taking models left and right. He's into level 2 now. Teuton Cap for red. Capillary towers everywhere. Blue team need to start destroying these things. And here comes another one, and there's another one there. Why are they not destroying them? Can he deal with all this melee? Morgoth splitting off his Gene Stealers, trying to flank this heavy weapon squad. Wow, they tanked a lot of damage there. 172, 311. Gene Stealers need to run away. Manticore enough to force off the Tyranids. Dreadnought needs repairs. Scouts are capping though. There's another capillary tower. And they're not destroying them at all. Got this free XP. Side Cannon doing its thing to the Dreadnought. Vindicator Assassin backing off. Doesn't have his Turbo Penetrator rounds loaded in though. You can tell by the target icon, and now he does. And that's a big shot on the Dreadnought. 172, 299. And one more shot, this Dreadnought's going to go down. And there's shrouding on him, and down goes the Dreadnought. Pretty much a terrible choice to get against a Vindicator Assassin, a melee Dreadnought. With that Librarian support as well, the shrouding really helping out the Vindicator. Manticore strike on mid. Can level him again, the Vindicator, no. Halfway through level 2, big engagement coming up. Tyranids suppressed by the Heather Bolter. Assault Marines jumping in, those Guardsmen should not have retreated. Here comes the Terminator Librarian, he's now level 2, up over 1,000 hit points. Brother Captain's also there, using We Are the Hammer, which is even greater now that he has his Nemesis Force Sword. Can he get away though? There's Hammer of the Witches on retreat, and it's going to go down, and does go down. Inquisitor now on her way to level 3. Terminator Librarian can kick some ass. He's in amongst those Assault Marines. Special attack. Done very well, the Terminator Librarian. 172, 264. And Whitehead's well into tier 3. Well into tier 3. What is he waiting for? I think he wants the red for a Land Raider Crusader. Needs 350 red, is it? Or 300? 172, 247. Crippling volley on the Tyranid blob. We might see Purgatus as well. Triple cap for blue. Another V engagement. Guardsmen here to help out with plasma guns and commissars. Set up to 12 models per squad. And double stormtroopers with assault kits as well. Wow, that's a big range blob of hurt. Anything gets close, he can chuck those grenades as well. Here comes the Land Raider Crusader. Don't think they have enough anti-vehicle to deal with this thing. We could see the heavy weapon squad get a las cannon. In fact, it already has a las cannon. So now they might, combined with the Manticore, it could be enough. There's a Storm Eagle, all 4 rockets hitting the Land Raider. Look at the damage. Now the las cannon getting shots in. Inquisitor can get an Inferno pistol. Force Commander can get a Power Fist. He now has Artificer, and he's hitting tier 3. So could drop some Assault Terminators to go up against that Land Raider. The Land Raider has Hurricane Bolters on the side sponsons, which suppress infantry and do a buttload of damage from range. Multi-melter on top, and twin-linked Assault Cannon also allows you to reinforce and regenerates your energy as well. There's a Swarm Lord from Morgoth, buffing the speed of his entire army, also allows it to reinforce. Really awesome soup unit, I think. 172, 169. Was recently buffed, I believe. Its Blade Flurry ability now costs less energy, so might be able to use that and Leech Essence in the same engagement now. There we see a Melter Bomb and Las Cannon stacking their snares to root this Swarm Lord in place. Assault Marines don't want to keep attacking it though. 162, 169. It used Leech Essence, but it's got too close, and we see the Inferno pistol up for the Inquisitor. She's level 3, almost level 4. Swarm Lord just about getting away there. Wow, took tons of damage. Here's the Vindicator Assassin. 153, 169. Phoenix now getting some Devastators. Not sure how he's managed to have so few units on the field and still be competitive in this game. He's done really well with what he's got. Hasn't even upgraded his tactical marines. They are level 4 though. Strike Squad Side Cannon gets jumped. Here is that Land Raider though, needs repairs badly. Might see a Manticore on its face. There is a Melter Bomb from the Assault Marines. Las Cannon now getting shots, though it is suppressed. There is the Storm Eagle. Wow, Land Raider taking huge amounts of damage. He needs to move it. Not going to be able to repair through everything. Strike Squad is there. As you can see, the Land Raider also gives some energy regen as well as health regen. Hell Fury Strike from the Brother Captain. A global that he shares with the Inquisitor. Look at the towers everywhere. Blue team really have been sloppy destroying these things. That is a huge oversight by them. That's 75 XP per tower you could get for destroying them all. I don't think they've destroyed a single. They seem to be just completely ignoring them. Big mistake. Inquisitor goes down near her base. Should be able to be revived from there. She's level 4 now. Power harass from Morgoth. And the Land Raider Crusader lives for now. Vindicator Assassin is there. He's on his way to level 3. How much health does he have at level 2 with extended operations? He has 4, 8, 2 hit points. So still pretty squishy. Are you going to revive the Inquisitor, Mr. Force Commander? I guess not. Just leave her there. Rippers, which was spawned from the tower for some reason. 130, 138. Vindicator Assassin now getting shots. Big chunk of health coming off those Assault Marines there. Spawn Mines dropped in. Global ability of the Lictor Alpha. And well used there. Warrior Brood, what level are these guys? Level 2. Leveling up your Warrior Brood makes their synapse better, so it is very much worthwhile. Morgoths now have their Warrior Leader as well, at level 3 also. Look how much health they have. 91, 138, triple cap for red. Looks like it's all over. Don't see how they can push against the Land Raider and a Swarm Lord. But stranger things have happened. The Vindicator has done very well. 69, 138. More towers going up. Why have they not destroyed them? They've not even tried to. Massive mistake by blue team. They're everywhere. They have this constant speed buff from the towers, the Tyranids. And the sight radius buff, of course. 41, 138. Tyranids are suppressed. Can't suppress the Swarm Lord though. He actually has vehicle armor also. So you need anti-vehicle weapons to deal with him. Unlike the Great Unclean One and the Avatar though. Anti-vehicle weapons do help versus those things, of course. Gene Still is now in amongst that heavy weapon squad. These guys have their rending claws. What is this? Terminators finally. Yes, Assault Terminators hit the field very, very late. Needed these guys on the field much earlier. Most likely with their hammers at first. Go after the Land Raider, then get your claws. Support with a Power Fist or something. Level 8 Force Commander. Level 4 Inquisitors down again. Lictor Alpha's level 2 and down. Brother Captain's level 3. Gonna try and cap top. Need to cap mid. Whoa, bunch of stuff died. Might have been a Hell Fury or something dropped by the Inquisitor. Or most likely this Plasma Cannon in fact. Here comes that Land Raider Crusader exploding stuff with its multi-melter. This Plasma Cannon's gonna be demolished. Down it goes. 5, 138 single cap for red. And they've taken this game. These towers still everywhere. Completely ignored by the blue team. And there's the game. Well, there you have it. Vindicator Assassin in action. Got to level 3. Did very well. They struggled to go after him. Cultured Boy with a full ranged army. Couldn't really do much against him. Assault Marines didn't see them really jump him enough. I suppose that's much more difficult when you have Gene Stealers and stuff around. There you have it. Thanks for watching guys. Hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time.